Frogs are amphibians, and as such, they are able to live in two surroundings, on both land and water, albeit their skin sensitivity and permeability forces them to be dependent on water sources, as them drying out, or being put into polluted environment could be fatal. Aside exotic, sharply contrasting colored tropical tree frogs, these do not possess poison glands, a trait that distinguishes them from their evolutionary sisters and brothers, the toads. They are more diverse and widespread though. All toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads, that's how it can be put. They belong to the same order, called Anura, that includes all tailless amphibians, that is all frogs and toads. Frogs vary in shape, size, bulk and appearance, while toads are much less diversified group and all possess the poison glands. Not all frogs have these, but they do have other mechanisms of defense. Many smaller species can jump so high and far in comparison to their tiny bodies that they almost seem like they can fly. Bigger, bulkier ones are heavier and cannot escape so quickly, but they often have a powerful bite, being able to damage and break the skin of even bigger predators, including humans. If you see frogs frequently in visions, vision quests, dreams and the like, it may signify that you may have an affinity with one or more of the traits that frogs and toads possess. Contrary to what the crazy Christian evangelicals claim, frogs aren't dirty or unclean. Amphibians need pristine clean environment to remain alive and in good health. Even if water appears muddy or dirty, if frog chooses to live and breed there, it cannot be truly contaminated. This trait makes the frog spirit incredibly clean and cleanliness-oriented. Spiritual frog cannot stand spiritual pollution, just like a physical, ordinary frog cannot stand physical, ordinary pollution. Frog's skin is so sensitive even lemon juice can harm and kill them. If you feel connected to the frog or toad spirit, it may mean your heart is just as sensitive and easy to break as frog's skin. But this oversensitivity do not need to be a disadvantage. If you have frogs as spirit guides, or totem animal, it may signify that you may be extremely sensitive to the art and beauty around you. You easily see a light in every darkness, goodness in every person, beauty when there seems to be none and solution where there seems to be no way out. You may be a great artist. As beautiful as this trait is, remember that not every person that appears good and kind, actually is good and kind. A broken heart can make you fall into depression or even suicidal thoughts, but do not give in to them. When you look at a top of frog's head, you see its eyes are perfectly positioned so they can see the world around even despite being submerged in the water. These high-positioned eyes can look in all direction, while keeping the frog itself safe under the water. Use this to your advantage. Keep your guard, while observing the world around you. You do not need to give up. You just need to retreat for a while, hide yourself and safely see the bigger picture of what surrounds you. Then, plan your next move. Never rush your decisions. This strategy helps frogs to not only hide from predators, but also from their next meal. Like big cats, frogs are ambush predators, lying in wait until a prey that can fit into their huge mouths comes by. Then, they spring into action faster than you'd expect from a clumsy-looking amphibian. While engaged in conflict or difficult situation, do not chase after it until you're worn down. Pause. Wait. Contemplate the best move next in a game of chance. And when the opportunity is close enough, or when your enemy is at their weakest, attack. Attack and go for all that is yours. Frogs' mouths are enormous. They can even gulp down an animal their own size. Aim big. Frogs are very agile. Many of them could escape you on land. If not, heavier weights like bullfrogs, Pac-Man frogs and toads might not excel on the land, but in water, are fast as a lightning. Take note of this behavior and be flexible. Deal with intellectual and physical obstacles the way a frog deals with potential prey or potential aggressor. Parkour your way to victory. Some frogs and all toads excrete toxic mucus that deters predators from eating them. Most of them come from the items that frogs consume and accumulate in their bodies. Don't let yourself be pushed around. The trauma and pain you've gathered over the years should be a catalyst for a powerful protection, rather than shutting down and giving up. Set your boundaries. As amphibians, frogs thrive both on land and in the water, and depending on the genus and species of certain frog or toad, their need to differentiate between one and the other varies and changes a lot. Some, like Budget's frog, live primarily in water, rarely ever venturing on land, while famous Pac-Mans prefer moist earthly habitat and only once in a while frequent nearby water habitats. In spiritual or psychological terms, it is a harmonious merging of the physical, the rational, the stable, the earth, with the spiritual, the emotional, the volatile, the water. If you have a frog as your spirit animal, you've surely been called to a life of a shaman or a local guide, having one leg in this world, and the other in the one only few are able to see. You may be a skilled medium, mentor, even healer or teacher. If you have the frog spirit, do not exclude one in favor of the other. Live in both worlds. What's the point of being sensitive and emotional, when you cannot balance it out with logic and calculation? Likewise, cold, analytical stance wouldn't stand its ground without the emotional and compassionate impact. Stay balanced. Follow your heart, but don't ever forget to get in your brain for a ride with you as well. Frogs, depending on a species, may have quiet, or beaming voice, but all frogs and toads communicate and approach mating by the use of vocal calls. Their croaks may be soothing, or annoying, but they signify an important thing, which is the importance of using your voice to properly communicate, convey your message and get your point across. To humans, frog croaks and calls can sound the same, but to the fellow frogs, they all know what the other specimen is trying to say. Are they calling to signify their territory, or are they singing to attract a mate? Frogs teach the importance of speaking clearly and making your intentions clear. Unless the other party is a food, then by all means hide your intention until it's right at your face. LOL. If you have speech issues, like me, perhaps try to call for a spirit of a frog to aid you in your speech fluency progress. Much like birds, frogs rely on voice to communicate. Their energy may help. Frogs aren't meek, weak or defenseless. They are highly specialized predators with incredible evolutionary survival skills. Analyze these traits of an animal and think how they can possibly help you in day-to-day life. They are ambush hunters, waiting for their prey to come near and then obliterating it. They can move swiftly and quickly both on land and in the water. They can remain camouflaged and see you very well, long before you're aware of their presence. Study these traits. Analyze them. How can they translate into your day-to-day life? You will surely find your solution.